Good morning everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, hope you had a great weekend, and welcome back to the new week. And in this video we'll talk about Bitcoin. There's a lot we need to talk about. Today is a pretty big week for Bitcoin, as you might have seen from the thumbnail. We started off bearish, as most of you know. I do have my thoughts about that. We practically did the same last week, which is pretty interesting. So we'll talk about what that means. But in general, I just try to prepare you as well as possible. Wednesday, as most of you know, we also have the inflation rate coming for the US. So it's a pretty big week. It's going to be a volatile week. It's going to be an interesting week, I think, at least. And yeah, we'll talk about that. Before we get into that, if you want to receive trading signals from me, check out the links down in the description and the pinned comment. Right now, if you go to the Telegram group, I actually created my own bot, which is way safer and way easier if you want to join the Telegram group, and there are new payment options and stuff. So check that out if you're interested. And in Discord, you can also still join, but there's a little bit more manual. All right, so now on to Bitcoin. So what we did last night is usually, as most of you know, Sunday to Monday, that transition is usually a time where you get quite a lot of volatility. Volume is low at the end of the weekend, and then big players are getting into the market again. So that causes big moves like we've seen right here. I mean, these moves like these are just single transactions of over $100 million, which make the market move because the volume is that low. So then you have more price impact. But what that meant for Bitcoin technically is that we talked about yesterday if we could actually form some sort of an uptrend, and what we would need to do for that. And what we would need to do for that, what we also talked about, is break above 29,250. And yeah, we just held resistance. So what I said yesterday as well, if we cannot break above that, we'll drop down. And right now, that's kind of the situation. In my eyes, the market structure for Bitcoin is that we're just consolidating between 27,700 ultimately. I see that as our main support level. I mean, there's support under there as well, but that's really the strongest, I think. And then 29,700 at the top. So that means that I also think that after the couple of bearish breakouts we had, first of all, under 28,800 and then also under 28,500. I think purely technically it is supported that we'll move to this level around 27,700 and 27,900, that support level. Which for now I do think will hold. I mean, frankly, I think we'll kind of have the same thing as last week. Last week we opened bearish, but we also had the interest rate. We expected bullish things from the interest rate. So that from that support, we actually started being bullish ahead of it. Now we have the inflation rate, which is actually, the consensus is that it stays the same. I think it will still, even though some other people might be thinking it will increase or it will stay the same, because of, for example, the unemployment rate numbers last week, I actually think it will be lower than expected still. That's in line with what we've seen throughout the last couple of inflation rates and PCE price index numbers. So I think it will be lower than expected, and I think overall the market will expect that as well. So even though on the short term I'm expecting bearish momentum, I think from that support level we can actually get back up to the top of our consolidation. But I will keep you updated on that. I mean, there's a lot that can happen, and in the end, the market right now, apart from Bitcoin, the market looks very, very bad. So that could also still mean something for Bitcoin. But I will keep you updated on that. I monitor it closely myself, of course, but for now, this is my take on Bitcoin. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.